What's up, boys? This is what a week in my Hawaii garage looks like. We've got a little bit of everything going on at all times. I've got a 94 Toyota pickup, finally getting some attention it deserves, with a little more progress on the 22RE engine build. If you haven't been following along, in previous weeks, I pulled this motor out and broke it all the way down to the block. This week, we're gonna hone the cylinder walls, resurface the block by hand so that we can get a good mating surface for the new cylinder head. I'm gonna deep clean a bunch of engine parts and get the flywheel ready to go back in. In between all that, I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my friend's Ford Focus. I'm also gonna freshen up the driveline on my 05 Tacoma because the driveline's been making noise and I got some new U-joints and a carrier bearing for it. We're gonna do a little work around the house and in the garden, of course. And this week, we're gonna take the boys out for a ridiculous scooter ride and of course paddle into some windy Hawaiian surf, catch a few waves. It's just another week of fixing old trucks, kicking around the shop, and enjoying life here in Hawaii. Sit back, enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. We are back at it yet again with the 1994 Toyota pickup with 22RE. Last week and the week before, we dove into diagnosing what was going on with it. We found that because it had this milkshake oil of oil and water mixing, I thought it was a head gasket. So I just pulled the head off. Head gasket looked like not perfect, but okay. And then I ended up ripping the motor out. And when I took the front timing cover off to do timing chain and other maintenance items, we saw a crack in the timing cover. I found also that the cylinder head itself was totally destroyed. Assumed that because of that also the bottom end might have trouble. The bearings probably got worked there as well. So I ended up pulling the entire crankshaft out of the bottom of the motor. And I was correct. The bearings were trashed. So I ordered new ones. Let's move forward with like cleaning other parts, getting everything ready so that when those bearings show up, bing, bang, boom, we can just reassemble the whole motor and try to plop it back in. So this is an engine hone tool. It's got kind of a mildly abrasive surface on this outside edge of these three things. You spin it with a drill, and when it spins around in the cylinder, it should take a layer off. So you use lots of lubrication, and hopefully you don't take too much off. And the idea here is that you can kind of clean up any imperfections and try to remake the mating surface for the piston rings to have nice cylinder walls again. And these walls, as you can see, have some scoring, a little bit of surface rust. Some are worse than others. So we're gonna get in and do what we can. Yeah, see all this vertical? So there's your before. So that's what we're dealing with at the moment. And I'm hoping to clean that up, make that functional again without pulling too much material off. Yeah, hopefully gaining some compression back. All right, we got them all honed out. They look much better. They now have some cross-hatching. You can definitely still see vertical scratches on each of them. I don't know that I want to dig far enough in to get rid of those with keeping the same bearings and pistons. So we're going to call that good. If we have excessive blow-by, I'll just take this thing apart, bore it out, and put bigger pistons in. But until then, we're going to call that honed. So to do some at-home decking of the top of the block to get it to be a better mating surface for the cylinder head, I've got some 150, 220, and 320 large sheets of sandpaper and sheets of glass. Now for the 150 and the 220 or so, I've got this smaller sheet that's about the same exact size as one of these. And I also have this larger one that I'm going to set up for the final pass so that I can have the whole thing in one go. We'll see. I've seen a couple guys do this. It came out looking pretty good, and the head gasket does make up for a lot of imperfection on stuff like this. This is after just 2 sheets of 150, and it's taken off a lot of the previous gasket material. I still have some of these like funny divots and imperfections and stuff, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so now we're getting into the 220 spray glue. All right, and now for this final pass, I have 320 grit and on a much bigger sheet of glass, and I'm gonna try and get the block entirely onto this upside down. So the main thing I'm trying to do here is not break the glass and then see if I can get some full strokes with it in one sheet like that rather than the smaller glass on top of there. So let's try this out. Oh, this thing's heavy. Oh my God. Oh, this is probably gonna break the glass. Oh man, how am I gonna do this? Come on. Oh, alley-oop. Oh, don't break. I think it's good. I think I got it. Now, without, oh, the glass is just moving. Is this a bad idea? Let's keep trying. How can I hold the glass? Oh, without breaking it. Keep it flat. Oh, it moved. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's just the edge. It's fine. It's working. It's working. Let's flip it back over. Oh, debris in here. Must be the water jackets. Feels like it took a lot more off of like the outside edge. Tough work. I really should be doing this with thicker glass, I think. Better than it was. It's not perfect, but it's shiny now. I think that the head gasket will probably make up for any of the super small stuff, and getting that much more gasket material off probably helped a lot. So I'm gonna call that good for an at-home DIY honing and decking. Let's get the side of the block all cleaned up. I'd love to see if we could get the rest of this grime off of here next, and then we'll start to prep the front and back surfaces for all the goodies. All right, it's Tuesday morning. I'm at a junkyard because today we're looking for a seatbelt for my friend's Toyota Scion, this cute little economy car. Pretty trashed. It's got so much corrosion on the inside. I mean, like, look at this bottom bolt. Interior spring is trashed. So we're at the junkyard looking for a new one. We'll see if they've got it. This place is funny. It's like a hurry up and wait situation. Sometimes it takes hours just to get in the door. Slow pace in Hawaii, but that's why we love it. Well, unfortunately, the junkyard didn't have what we needed, but it was always fun to go and talk to the uncle and pick through and see. So worth a shot, but that's gonna have to be an eBay item. Need a couple other things for her car anyway, so order those up, put them on later. I am gonna continue to clean up parts. Let's just keep cranking on the deep cleaning. It's pretty satisfying stuff. So hope you guys enjoy watching grime come off of metal. Let's keep going. All those top YouTubers have parts washers. I've got an old Lowe's bucket that I found on the side of the road and some Simple Green, some water, and a brush that probably came out of somebody's truck. Works pretty good. Sure. Bring some power tools into this situation. Oh. Pretty sure these are like the alternator brackets and stuff. Definitely like front end stuff, but like look at all this. It's gnarly. It's gonna work. Kinda. Just doing. Trying not to destroy my drill at the same time here. Like the grime is just so thick. Even that brush at top speed is still crazy. grease is baked on there so tough that I have to wire wheel it before I can like soft brush it in there. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So maybe cleaning the bolt itself is a little neurotic, but I kind of want to set up like a bolt cleaning station on a desk. Maybe if I could like hold the drill down and just like run these over it somehow. I don't know. This is one of those ones where it's like, how could you not? Because look at this, it's like an inch thick of just muck. To be honest, that's why I'm doing all this, because there's so much. This flywheel cleaned up pretty decent. I should probably give it like a light sanding. Overall, it looks so much better than it did. But I think if I give this a sand with some 320, it should be good. Let's try it out. This flywheel looks brand new. Like, so good. With the fresh clutch, that's gonna be cherry. I'm super stoked on how all of these are looking now. Cleaned up, fresh lick of paint. They all are coming out really nice. This is gonna be so cherry when it all goes back together. Like, look how nice the rear main seal is gonna look. All the piping, just every little like washer and stuff like that. I really want to figure out a way, like I did a really good job with some of these nuts and bolts, but there's still so many that look like this. I think I just need to get a thread chaser and maybe like a bench grinder to be able to zzz without having to do it by hand. Well, this thing's not serviceable, so I ordered another one. Let's try and keep moving on this thing. All right, that's enough work for now. The boys are all coming over for our weekly scooter ride through town. We're gonna meet up with a couple of the homies, go for a little rip.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, it tries and then it stops. Cameraman. What? Dude, look at that.
floating around.
Okay.
You just needed to work a little phlegm out of it.
Sometimes you need to smack around, yeah.
Dude, last night was pretty fun. That was a blast. Everyone who we passed on the road was throwing shakas and getting stoked on the fact that we had 5 deep and a huge speaker boombox in the scooter squad. This morning we're gonna start with an adventure instead of work. It's raining in the jungle anyway, so I'm gonna drive an hour to the other side of the island, and we're gonna go surf with some buddies. On the way, I'm gonna drop off that tire that was all deformed and needing replaced on my friend's Ford, and hopefully they can get that swapped out while I'm surfing, because 2 birds with 1 stone works for me. So let's paddle out, catch some fun ones, and then head back after that. All right, last week I diagnosed that this thing has a bad U-joint. I tried greasing all 3 to see if it would revive them, but I've been driving all week and it's only getting worse. Let's get that ripped out of the truck and onto the bench and see if we can pop these U-joints in, and hopefully it solves the aggressive vibration under acceleration. Okay, so back of the transmission, first U-joint, carrier bearing, second U-joint, third U-joint. Maybe I start from the back and work my way forward. That seems like a decent plan. Except for all this rain. Thanks, rain. Oh, really? All right, well, I'm gonna work to get the rest of these U-joints and everything back together, but I ran out of time for this video. It's already Saturday morning, so I've got to edit and get this out today. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
You were not kidding. No, I told you it'd be worth it.
He's gonna do a YouTube like playlist. Sure.